BOPIE created a unique snowman design which calls for 2 gemstones to be cut by me for each snowman. The gemstones need to be cut into a Portuguese design. Here is a video I created of cutting the first Siberian amethyst into our first Portuguese cut snowman for BOPIE. The YouTube video is called Gem Cutting Tutorial, Faceting a Portuguese Cut Siberian Amethyst. So this is one of BOPIE'S snowmen that she designed, the pendant, and it takes 2 Portuguese cut stones from me for each of her snowmen. And this needs a little bit of touch-up, got a little bit of a tiny scratches on the table, so we're told the customer will be glad to touch it up. Fortunately, the design of the stone, the pendant, sticks out more than the rest of the setting, so I can put a dot on the back of the stone and get it in my transfer jig lined flat, and then I can repolish and touch up the bottom part of our snowman. So let's see how I do that. So the first thing I need is a little bit of modeling clay to put in the bottom of the dop so that the super glue that I use won't adhere to the very pointy part, the culate of our stone. I'll remove the super glue with acetone, which won't hurt the mounting at all or the stone. And if I have to tug a little bit on it, I don't want to break that culate. So by having the super glue adhere to the pointy part, if there's any pressure on it, modeling clay will give first, not the culate. So I just roll it out a little bit, put it in the dop, and push it down with my bamboo skewer. Let me put a little bit more in there. Okay, so the super glue will adhere to the dop and the stone on the inside and around the outside of the dop. So now I put it into the transfer jig. Okay, so we're going to put the super glue in the bottom dop. For the top dop, I'm just using a big flat dop, and what I'm going to do is use that on the table to make sure we get it flat and push it down into the super glue. So I use the Loctite 404, which I keep in the fridge, and I marked the month I opened it, and after a year I'll swap it out with a new bottle. Okay. Now I put the table against the flat dot, push it down, making sure it's nice and flat. Turn it over so the super glue will run a little bit on the outside of the pavilion, or the bottom half of our stone, and let that dry, and we'll be ready to do a quick repolish of the table without having to remove the stone from the setting. There's a little snowman. Maybe they were having a snowball fight and the table got a snowball hit. You got a little scratched up. Okay, I've got the snowman attached to the dock by the pavilion of our largest amethyst gemstone. Now I'm going to put it into my machine at a 90-degree angle and repolish the table facet. So the way I do that with my Ultratech is I put my Ultratech angle at 45 degrees, and using the 45-degree table adapter and table aligner, I slide the 45-degree tabling adapter onto the spindle, and then the table aligner, that just makes sure that the table is flat and isn't too far this way or that way, so that your table will be flat against the lap. So if this was your table, you'd want it flat against the lap, so that's what it's going to do. It goes into the table aligner, and you just set it right there on the lap, nice and flat, and that big piece is flat, so when you tighten up the two set screws, the 45-degree tabling aligner is also flat. So 45 degrees on the machine and the 45-degree adapter gives you the 90-degree angle. So now we simply take our snowman and slide it into the table. The 45-degree tabling adapter, you want to get it like that, so it looks upright, and we use our set screw to tighten it in place. So now our snowman is aligned, and we can put it right there on the table, and the gold does not touch the lap, only the small piece of stone sticking out. So we're now ready to repolish our table. Okay, I'm going to use my tin lap to repolish the table on our pavilion, or our table on the crown of our larger piece of amethyst on the snowman. I've had a lot of luck with our tin lap and cerium oxide, so I'll use that to see if I can get that repolished really quick. So I've used my Sharpie to make black permanent marks along the face of the table to make sure that as I touch it up and polish it, that I'm polishing flat across the table. And I'll make minor adjustments with the cheater if I need to. Okay, I've cleaned up the crown for BOPIE'S snowman, the table, and I'll now put the whole piece in acetone to remove the dot from the back of the stone and see how it looks. So for years I used to use, for my acetone, which eats away your epoxy or your super glue, I used to use jam jars, jelly jars for years, and use a lot of acetone because it would still evaporate. It would eat through the lid, the protector of the lid, the plastic part of the metal lid, and still a little bit would leak out. And some people have some different fixes for that. But what I found is the pill bottles, acetone won't eat it. I mean, they leak through plastic, and these are plastic. But for some reason, the way we manufacture pill bottles, it won't eat through it at all. So I'm going to put our snowman in acetone to eat away the super glue holding it to the stone. I'll leave that there overnight and it'll be done in the morning. Because our amethyst extended beyond the other parts of the gold mounting in this snowman pendant, I was able to quickly repolish the table without having to remove the gemstone from the mounting and then later having to reset the gemstone back into the mounting. My tin wrap with serum oxide made repolishing this amethyst gemstone a breeze, and the pendant was as good as new in no time. A quick soak in acetone dissolved the super glue and released the pendant from the dock without affecting the gold mounting. Then it was off to BOPIE'S, good as new. A quick repair job completed. Happy fastening, everyone.